Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
In a world where endless data creates endless possibility, search helps us to explore, to discover, and to learn, to connect, to collaborate, and to create. Search empowers us to surface better insights, to streamline workflows, to act faster, and to solve smarter. Search enables us all to reach new levels of success. The world's leading organizations are partnering with Elastic to accelerate results that matter. How will you use the power of search today?
And joining us now on the show is the CEO of Elastic, Ashutosh Kulkarni. Thank you so much, Ashutosh.
Well, thank you for having me.
In fact, let's tell our viewers a little bit about Elastic, before we start, because globally, I think more than 90% of companies are on a digital transformation platform. Having said that, the word search is something that one usually associates with, say, Google. That's what I associate with. But Elastic is also in the search business. Tell us a little bit exactly about what search means to Elastic and to companies who are associated with you.
Yeah, so what Elastic is at the core is we are a data analytics platform for all kinds of data in real time, but primarily for unstructured data. And so your analogy about Google is a very interesting one, because just like you have all kinds of unstructured, user-generated, machine-generated data on the internet, businesses also create all kinds of unstructured data. It's documents, it's product descriptions, it's machine data like logs, and getting insights out of all of those is a big challenge. People need it to make sure that their consumers, their employees have the right relevant information at the right time. You have the need for ensuring that your business critical applications are monitored and are running, and that involves also being able to look at all of this unstructured data. You have the need for security, for securing all of those applications, and that also requires you to really understand what is happening in all of these logs, and that's a search problem, and that's what we do.
My goodness, because what you're talking about, Ashutosh, is actually a need for most companies today, particularly for Indian companies. And that brings me to the India aspect.
Yeah.
Because today, if you talk to most Indian companies, they are all on some digitization journey or the other. And having said that, the other big problem or conundrum they face is they all know data is the new oil, but they are surrounded by so much of data that they really don't know where to start or really how to use that legacy data in an effective manner. How are you positioning yourself in the Indian market?
Well, so we started our roots as an open source project. So Elastic started with this open source project called Elasticsearch. It is one of the top 10 most popular open source projects ever. We have had over 4 billion downloads of our software over the years, and one of the largest communities of Elastic is India. So we've always had a tremendous population of engineers who just ubiquitously know Elastic as the platform to come to anytime they need to deal with unstructured data like logs and so on. And we have, in recent years, been expanding in India in multiple ways. First is a market itself, because you talked about the digitization that's happening here, not just in the private sector, but also in the government sector. There are so many amazing projects that the government has been driving to digitize so many aspects of citizen services that are being offered, and all of it involves unstructured data. So we are growing our business here, we are adding to our team, but we are also hiring engineering talent in India. And I personally I'm a Mumbaikar. I was born and brought up in Mumbai.
Right.
And so I know firsthand the amazing talent that exists here. So we've been growing in every way. And I'm very excited about what we're doing here and just the opportunity ahead of us.
Indeed, the opportunity in the Indian chaos and the jugaad that is created, but in your case, you're actually giving a real life, I think, solution, a much needed solution to many of the companies. But, tell me, at this point in time, and here I'm talking short term, a lot of companies are rethinking their investments and every dollar is being closely looked at.
Yeah.
But having said that, as I said, data is a fundamental part now of every company's journey. So, how are you seeing companies balancing their investment sort of needs, especially in the current market conditions, when it comes to investing in companies such as yours?
So, when I look at it globally, what I see is, although every investment decision is being closely monitored and closely inspected, just given the macroeconomic environment, to your point, data is, I don't know if it's the new oil, if it's like air, it is so ubiquitous. It drives everything that we do. It allows us to differentiate as a business from other organizations, and most companies are recognizing that. So the investments in areas like observability, security, search are pretty resilient. It doesn't mean that they aren't affected by what's happening in the macroeconomic world, but they are far more resilient. India is a very interesting situation, because historically what I've always seen is whenever there are macro headwinds on the global scale, more investment comes to India, because India is seen as an opportunity for, just given the demographics, given the huge talent pool that exists here, to bring more interesting manufacturing capabilities into India. So I foresee that in the next few years, although the rest of the world might have some interesting challenges, that it's going to be a unique opportunity for India to accelerate and maybe re-accelerate even more.
And you're walking that talk literally, because you've come
Yes.
here to invest more in India and also look
That's right.
more closely at the market. But having said that, another challenge that many of the companies face is about this whole issue of security and privacy of data. Given the fact that everything is on the cloud and we've seen these hacks taking place, giving many companies sleepless nights, does Elastic have a solution for that?
Yes. So at the end of the day, security is a problem about monitoring and detection. It's about first understanding the needle in the haystack, signs that tell you that something wrong, something anomalous, something unexpected is going on. And that requires you to sift through all your logs, whether it's your network logs, your web access logs, your identity and access management systems, to see if Ashutosh Kulkarni is accessing some system that he's not supposed to. Or, in the same, within 1 second of each other, Ashutosh logged into one system from San Francisco, California, and then from Mumbai, India. Well, that doesn't make sense. I'm not exactly capable of flight.
So your search engine is able to detect that?
Yes, so we're able to look across all of these logs and very quickly tell you that we are seeing some anomalous behavior. We have capabilities that allow you to block ransomware, to detect and stop malware, and all of these capabilities in one integrated platform that, like I said, has really strong community adoption amongst developers. So that's something that we are very proud of.
In fact, tell us about that. I believe you are often referred to as the ELK stack.
That's right.
What is that about?
So it's an acronym. It stands for, E is for Elasticsearch, which is the core data platform that all the data, when you use Elastic, comes into. L stands for Logstash. It is an ingestion mechanism that we built to bring data into Elastic. And then K stands for Kibana, which is our visualization layer. So I'm a big believer that you build integrated platforms that really make it simpler for developers to build solutions, take advantage of capabilities, and really get value, maximum value out of their technology investments by using the same data for multiple purposes. And that's what we let you do. And ELK is quite literally one of the most commonly used acronyms out there amongst developers, because we've had over 4 billion downloads, like I said, over the years.
On that note, let's take a quick break. You're watching our special show, Lead with Data, Solve with Search. Stay with us for more.
Meet Elastic. Elastic enables the world's leading organizations to transform data into actionable insights using the power of search. Given today's exponential data growth, it can be difficult to find signal through the noise. What we all need is a way to continuously gather data, to transform this data into insights, and to use these insights to take action. What we need is the power of search. Elastic builds and maintains the Elastic Stack, a data store, search engine, and analytics platform, all in one. And it's the foundation for our 3 primary solutions. Meet Elastic Enterprise Search, our fleet of search solutions. Enterprise Search enables you to quickly add a search box to a website or application, or to search across all of your productivity apps with a single interface. Meet Elastic Observability, our solution for unified visibility across logs, metrics, and APM data. Elastic Observability enables you to monitor and react to events happening anywhere, from applications, infrastructure, cloud services, microservices, and more. Finally, meet Elastic Security, our solution that unifies endpoint protection and SIEM. Elastic Security arms you to prevent, detect, and respond to threats across networks, infrastructure, applications, and every endpoint in your organization. And the best part? You can easily deploy any of these solutions as a managed service with Elastic Cloud. With one stack, powering 3 solutions that you can deploy anywhere. How will you use the power of search today?
Wow, 4 billion downloads, Elk Stack. That's something new that I've learned, and I'll be sure to pass that along. Just a final, sort of a view from you, Ashutosh, since you've been watching the entire sort of tech landscape, both from when you migrated from here, from India to the US, and you've seen really the world transform. What are you foreseeing for the future? I mean, right now, companies are in this race to digitally transform despite the kind of headwinds that we're seeing. Do you still foresee this kind of a breakneck speed of digitization continuing? How do you predict the world in the next, say, 3 to 5 years from now?
Consumerization of services has permanently changed how we view what we expect from businesses, what we expect from our governments, what we expect from our educational institutions, and so on. I don't think you can put that genie back in the bottle. We are creating more data than ever before. We want faster, better services from everybody that's serving us. And that means that organizations need to really take advantage of this massive and ever-growing amount of data that they're creating. And that, irrespective of any near-term macroeconomic environments that we might all need to navigate through, I think that's the importance of data, the growth of data is going to continue. That's what gives me a lot of confidence, not only in our business, but it makes me feel good about what software and what technology and what cloud services can really do for all of us. Like at the end of the day, I'm much like you, a citizen. I'm a person, and I have a family, and the fact that IT and software can really add so much value to our lives is rewarding in itself.
Indeed. What would we do without all these startups, for instance, and all the technology that they're bringing to us as consumers? And thanks to companies like you at the back end, helping them navigate that sea of data. And Ashutosh, on the final word, I know you have made California your home, but what do you miss most about India, or rather Mumbai?
My mom's tea, and I think I was telling you earlier, she puts an obscene amount of sugar in it, but it is one of the most amazing things ever. And when I'm nostalgic, I always think about my mom's tea. And after my time here, I'm going to go back to Mumbai, spend some time with her, and really, hopefully have a few more cups.
Or have a cup of chai here in Delhi in this nice kadak thand. Okay, Ashutosh Kulkarni, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, getting to know your company as well.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
And that was Ashutosh Kulkarni, CEO of Elastic, taking us through what the company does and how it's helping millions of other companies as well in navigating this entire data storm, so to speak, as they embark on their digitization journey. Thank you so much for watching.
You live and work in a vast sea of data, and through that data, there's a light, a beacon to empower you, to get insights with speed and focus on critical applications. Drive resiliency, strengthen productivity, personalize your services, and develop unforgettable experiences for your customers. Build trust, outmaneuver the competition, and monitor and protect against threats. That's the power of Elastic.
In the next episode of Elastic and CNBC-TV18 present Lead with Data, Solve with Search, industry stalwarts come together to delve deeper into the subject and discuss the future of unstructured data and how data analysis is helping businesses efficiently analyze data to increase productivity, reduce cybersecurity risks, and save money.
Data plays multiple roles. One, of course, it will play in ensuring that the citizen has a better experience of dealing with the government. But more importantly, the kind of data that is being generated through various e-services is proving to be a great decision support tool with regard to deciding on what the government should be doing. The analysis of data gives us policy inputs. Again, going back to the COVID example, like when we launched the Arogya Setu app, which was able to give us the probability of occurrence of COVID in a particular locality at a very micro level, we were able to predict hotspots 10 days ahead of what it would actually happen.
So what you are seeing in defense right now is that data is becoming one of the primality, and not just from the functionality part of it, but primarily to look at how exactly this can be leveraged in terms of the current warfare aspects. And that's fundamentally changing the way in which wars are fought.
We've brought in data from multiple data sources like the ambulances, the traffic lights, the police, and other data sources on ground to create an auto green channel for emergency vehicles like ambulances and any other emergency vehicle, be it the fire engines, or more so for the emergency vehicles like ambulances. What we've done is brought in all these data sources onto a platform and built application on top of it.
How do you meet the kind of demand we are experiencing, whether it is from the citizen side, whether it is from the industry side, government at large? And to meet that demand, when we are dealing with the data, how much democratization we are following that?
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.